The PS4 is regarded as the greatest home console ever created. Its dominant footprint in the 8th generation of consoles pushed it to sell incredibly well, with it selling over 113 million units. The PS4 really was a staple in the modern gaming market, where it solidified a lot of the trends that started with the PS3, such as Full HD gaming and an intuitive, family-friendly UI. The PS4 really brought many gamers into the digital gaming market, leaving behind the days of analog technology. PS4 was a revolutionary console and helped usher in the new age of social interaction and home entertainment with the use of PlayStation parties and Netflix. Today, I'll be taking a look back at the PS4 and see if you should pick one up almost 8 years later. If you guys haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and also hit the bell icon so you won't miss any future videos. I'm going to be posting more of these Is It Worth It every week, and by you hitting the subscribe button, you'll be showing your support. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Guys, we also have a Discord that just opened up, so if you want to talk with me or talk to other fellow subscribers, make sure to click that link down in the description below, and I hope to see you all there. In the beginning of 2012, Sony was just coming off of its successful PlayStation 3. While not having the best launch, the PS3 solidified Sony's dominance in the HD gaming market, with it selling over 87 million units, beating its rival the Xbox 360 by about 3 million. The PS3 was on the decline after 2010, and Sony needed a successor to the HD gaming throne. Sony at first started experimenting with prototypes of the PS4 that could output games in full HD resolution, being the first to do so at the time. With faster processors becoming much cheaper, Sony could start to put in more powerful hardware into the PS4 without it costing a substantial amount compared to the PS3. In designing the system, Sony worked with Microsoft developer Bungie, who offered their input on the controller and how to make it better for shooting games. In 2012, Sony began shipping development kits to game developers consisting of a modified PC running the AMD processors. These development kits were known as Orbis. Moving away from the much more complex cell microarchitecture of the PS3, the console features an AMD processor, which can theoretically peak at 1.75 GHz, and AMD stated that it was the most powerful CPU it had developed. The PlayStation 4 places an increased emphasis on social interaction and integration with other devices and services, including the ability to play games off of the console on the PlayStation Vita and other supported devices using remote play. The console's controller was also redesigned and improved over the PlayStation 3, with improved buttons and analog stick, and an integrated touchpad among any other changes. The console also supports HDR10 high dynamic range and playback of 4K resolution multimedia. The PS4 was released on November 15, 2013 in the US and Canada, with a price tag of $399. The PS4 in its lifetime had 3 major revisions: the original, the Slim, and the Pro, with storage options from 500 gigs all the way up to 2 terabytes. The Slim version is the model I have here. The PS4 shipped with an AMD 8-core CPU clocked at 1.6 GHz, an AMD Radeon GPU clocked at 800 MHz, 8GB of GDDR5 RAM, storage options from 500 gigs to 2 terabytes, 5.6 GHz Wi-Fi and Gigabit Ethernet, and resolutions up to 1080p with HDR. The specs of the PS4 helped to solidify it as the most powerful console of the time, only being beaten 4 years later with the Xbox One X. Video on that in the right hand corner. The PS4 Slim design was very minimalistic, with it having little branding of the PS4 logo. It was made up of high quality plastics with a matte finish opposed to the glossy finish found on the PS3. The PS4 Slim is sleek and minimal, with its new design opposed to the first gen PS4, which was blocky and obtrusive. The PS4 has the power button on the front with the eject button. These are now dedicated buttons which feel nice to press, and I prefer them over the old design. You also have the Blu-ray drive right next to those buttons. On the back, you have the power port right next to the PlayStation camera port. Right next to that, you have the HDMI port and the Ethernet port. It also comes with an upgradable hard drive bay where you can pop open the cover and reveal the hard drive. The PS4 kept the same Blu-ray drive from the PS3, but was much quieter, so you can actually play games at night without making too much noise. All that silence of the Blu-ray drive ended with the PS4 Pro, which had a drive and fans that sounded like a jet engine. The PS4 came with a brand new redesigned controller, which was dubbed the DualShock 4. The controller feels comfortable and easy to use, with it sporting a newly designed grips for better comfort when you game for long periods of time. The controller came with newly designed triggers and sticks, which were way better than what was seen from last gen. It came with a new share button, which was used to record gameplay, so you could upload to YouTube or stream to Twitch. As usual, the PS4 came with a rechargeable battery, which stuck to the trend that PlayStation had set ever since they were invented, and Xbox still continued to use the replaceable batteries. I'm guessing old habits just don't die. The PS4 came with a new and intuitive home menu, which was user-friendly and easy to use. but I felt like it was a step down in terms of quality from the PS3. Don't get me wrong, the interface was good and far better than what Xbox was offering, but it looked cluttered compared to the PS3. The PS3's home menu felt clean and orderly, with it being very minimalistic. The console introduces a customizable menu interface, the PlayStation Dynamic Menu, featuring a variety of color schemes. The interface displays the player's profile, recent activity, notifications, and other details in addition to unlocked trophies. It allows multiple user accounts, all with their own passcodes. Each player account has the option to share the real name with friends or use a nickname in situations where anonymity is important. Facebook profiles can be connected to PlayStation Network accounts, making it easier to recognize friends. The default home screen features real-time content with friends. The What's New activity feed includes shared media, recently played games, and other notifications. Services from the third-party vendors such as Netflix and Prime Video can now be accessible within the interface. Multitasking is also available during gameplay, such as opening the browser or managing party chat. And switching between applications is done by double tapping the PS button. PS4 came with some amazing games, which have stood the test of time with their groundbreaking graphics. Playing games on the system is a blast, and you can have countless hours of entertainment with a library of games this console features. Pushing the PS4 to its graphical limits is Fallout 4. Now this game was a drastic upgrade graphically from Fallout 3 in New Vegas. Fallout 4 never truly had an amazing story, but what you could do between missions is what made the game so fun. Settlement building has always been a feature on Fallout 4 that I could never stop using, and the way you could make your own little villages or versions of Diamond City made this game truly enjoyable. To add to that, you had the characters, which were always voicable and had great dialogue for your character to feel immersed. Next, we have Star Wars Battlefront. Now this game really did have a painful launch with the way that EA released it, but as a multiplayer, it still is really good. Graphically, it looks stunning thanks to Frostbite 3, so the models and textures look really good and something comparable to today's standards. You also have the release titles such as Battlefield 4, NAC, Assassin's Creed, and Call of Duty Ghosts. Now, as the PS4 comes to its end this year, Sony's getting their newest addition to the PlayStation family, ready for fans to buy by the end of the year. PS5 has just been announced for a November release date, and there are promises for many new features. Click in the right hand corner if you want to see my PS5 video. As of now, buying the PS4 so close to the intended release of the PS5 is not practical, because when the PS5 is released, the PS4 and its hardware will immediately become obsolete. Plus, the PS5 will come with backwards compatibility, which will be able to play a whole library of PS4 games. So there will be no point to buy a PS4 in 2020, as you can just buy a PS5 which can play PS4 games straight on launch day. Overall, the PS4 has been a worthy contender for people to buy, with its powerful lineup of hardware, exclusives, and consumer-friendly gesture. But since the PS5 is just around the corner, it doesn't seem likely that people will be buying PS4s, with its price tag being around $300 to $400 new or $100 to $200 used. The PS4 was a great and revolutionary console, ushering all the major social interaction trends we take for granted today. But sadly, there's no real point to buy a PS4 in 2020, as the PS5 can play PS4 games. But tell me what you guys think. Should you buy a PS4 in 2020? Check out my Discord link down in the description below, and I hope to see you all in the next video.